is Russ. Yeah, I'm back in the car again. 9:22 a.m. 36 degrees outside. I woke up, it was 34 degrees. Not going to get that much warmer. It's going to get a degree or two, and that's about it. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a cold day today. Anyway, wanted to tell you about my experiences with the Buldak Ramen. Now, the very first time I ate it, I bought these things at Costco, right? So the very first time I ate it from that pack of 6, I put everything in there. I put all of the sauce on the noodles. The noodles are really good, by the way. Put all the sauce on there. They have this powdered, I don't know, this milk and cheese or something like that in there. I put the whole thing the way that they said that you should do it. My mouth was burning for a half hour after I was done. Couldn't quench it. I mean, I was drinking the sparkling water from Kirkland. Cold sparkling water. Didn't help. So I said, okay, the next time I do this, I'll cut it in half. So I took half of the spice packet, put it in there, kept the full amount of the cheese thing and all that. That was much better. Yeah. So then I got to thinking. I says, well, you don't want to waste the other half, right? Because I mean, those noodles aren't cheap. I mean, you can buy noodles for, well, we just recently bought a pack of 20 of the Maruchan. Remember those things? Noodles. Those are probably the cheapest ramen noodles you can buy. We bought that for 9 cents each. This Buldak was like over $1 and something each. So you're talking 10 times, over 10 times the price. It could be 12 times. I don't know what it is. But anyway, and that was on sale, right? Of course, the Maruchan was on sale as well. I don't know what you can buy those for now. 25 cents? I have no idea. I know it went up in price. I used to get them at Aldi's. Yeah, you get like a pack of 10 or something at Aldi's, and it was 2 something. So maybe they're a little more than 25 cents each now. But 9 cents each on sale. You can't beat that. Now, the problem with that kind of ramen is, obviously the packet of beef flavored packet or chicken flavor, whatever you get, it's so loaded with salt, that stuff's just bad for you. But, we figured we can use the noodle portion of it on other type of dishes. So that's why we bought it. So anyways, I was thinking about, with this Buldak, what if I just took 1 packet of the Ramuchan noodle, mix it in with the Buldak? Yeah. What if I did that and then put the full amount of spice on it? So in essence, it's like 50%, 50%, right? Of the spice thing, because you're doubling the amount of noodles in there. Now, the quality of the Maruchan brand noodles is not that great, but I'm used to it. I've been eating that stuff since I was a kid, really. I ate a lot of it in college. A lot of college students buy that thing because it's cheap. Yeah, we do it for like late night snacks. This is why we're all overweight and dying from too much salt. But, I haven't had it in quite a long time. So I figured, all right, let me do that. But what I usually used to do with the Maruchan is I wouldn't just eat it straight up like that. I would put a slice of cheese in there, American cheese. American cheese because it melts easier than, if you try to put cheddar cheese, it would be kind of gloopy. And, I don't know. That's why they invented American cheese, from my understanding, is because people want it to melt on things. That's why you have American cheese on hamburgers a lot of times, simply because it just melts easier on it, right? So anyway, so here's what I did. I took 2 slices of American cheese, because you got two amounts of noodles. I put the Maruchan noodles, but not the soup base thing, okay? Not their seasoning. And then I put the entire amount of seasoning from the Buldak. Now, Buldak is extremely hot, but I'm telling you, that second packet really made it a difference. Yeah. Now, of course, now you're eating twice as much, But they don't give you a whole lot of noodles in that Buldak, I'm telling you. For what they charge, it's really very little. I mean, it looks like a lot because the bowl that thing came in is huge, but the amount of noodles is really not that big. So, and I used to do 2 packets of the Maruchan because even that is not big enough for me. So the combination of that and the 2 pieces of cheese and the full packet of the Buldak seasonings, but removing the Maruchan extremely salty beef flavored seasoning thing, not even putting that in, that works. Yeah, I mean, it still had a pretty decent amount of spice to it. It spread out the heat. I mean, it was to the point where I didn't really even need to drink anything if I didn't want to. I mean, to me, it was a good combination. Now, I know some people like things that are extremely spicy. That's why they even make a 2X version and a 3X version of that thing. I mean, but the 1X was killing me already. I don't know how these people do 2X and 3X in spice level. It's just too much. I don't enjoy spicy things that make me hurt. All right? And I know people do, but I don't. I mean, a little bit of kick makes it interesting. Too much kick? Nah, I don't enjoy that. So that's my ramen hack for you guys if you want to try it one day. Yeah. So how's the coughing and things? I'm still coughing, but it's less. My voice is still messed up, as you can hear. I finished the one review. I was planning on doing the Electric XP Trike 2 750 watt version. I was planning on doing that review maybe Monday. Now, Monday, I have a dentist appointment, which is kind of interesting because, I was getting over this. I'm still trying to get over this whole thing with the cold, but I don't think I'm contagious to anything. But anyways, I let the dentist know because I had an appointment 2 weeks ago and I canceled it. And so they didn't have any openings until sometime in December. So I said, oh, you better set me up for that then, because I don't want to come in and infect everybody with what. I was coughing so way too much, blowing my nose and everything like that. Not blowing my nose much at all anymore. So she called me up once from the dentist's office. She called me up and says, "Can you take this particular date?" And I says, "I don't know if I'm." This was earlier this week. It would have been a Tuesday. Today's Friday as I'm recording this. She says, "Could you come in?" And I says, "I don't know." And she called me last week, and I says, "I don't know. I don't think I'm good enough yet." So she says, "Why don't we set you up for Tuesday? And then if you still feel bad, you still have that December date." I said, "Okay." So anyways, no, actually, I take that back. She says, "Call us on Tuesday, by Tuesday, if you can't make Friday's date," which would have been today. So I called him on Tuesday, said, I'm not feeling that much better. So I canceled the Friday date, which would have been today. So she called me yesterday, says, "Do you think you'll be okay by Monday? Because we have another opening for Monday." I go, and by this time, several days have gone by. So I says, "Yeah, I'm feeling better. I think I could do it." So I took the date, all right? Yeah, I mean, the dentist is so booked up with patients. I mean, I think there's only really one dentist, but she has 4 or 5 dental hygienists. Really, the dental hygienist does most of the work. I don't have cavities. I don't have any issues with my teeth typically. So all they do is they go in there for a cleaning, really. And then the dentist will come in after that, and they'll check your teeth and see if there's anything there that they think you need work on. And usually the answer is no. So it's really the appointment for the dental hygienist, if you think about it. Yeah. I only have one cavity in my mouth, and that happened because back in the day, I used to be in the stereo business. I mentioned this before. When I graduated college, my dad opened a stereo store, and so I used to chew gum all the time. And then when I was talking to people, I would just leave the gum in one side of my mouth as I'm talking to them. Well, that gum, of course, is sugared, and of course, that created a cavity. Yeah, so I do have one cavity that's down in my mouth on my left side. And that filling lasted a long, long, long time. It finally had an issue with it. I don't know how many years it was, 30 years later, something like that. Yeah. So, back in the day, the cavities were like silver plated things or tin plated colored things. So the dentist said to me, she says, I can replace that with the same thing, or you can put it with something that's more naturally colored that looks like actual teeth. I says, well, I'd prefer that. I don't want to see that thing, right? So she says, but the only issue with that type is they don't last as long as this one. I mean, that one lasted probably 30 years, right? She goes, it'll probably fall out eventually, or not fall out, have issue, and you have to replace it again. I said, well, how long would that take? She goes, I don't know. 10 years, 15 years, I don't know. I says, let's do it that way. I don't want to see that thing anymore. I mean, you can't tell, right? But that's the only one cavity I have, and I don't have any other issues with my teeth. I actually have pretty decent teeth for that. So anyway, I'm doing a dentist on Monday. So let's just hope I don't cough in their face. I should be okay. I'm still coughing, but it only seems to be mostly at night now as you're laying down, and I'm still sleeping on the recliner chair in the family room. Staying away from Mrs. Wright as much as I can. Yeah. So and she hasn't caught anything from me. I'm still coughing all over the place. But anyway, that's only usually in the evening. The phlegm is a lot less now. It's no longer colored. It's clear. So I think things are starting to get better. Hopefully by Monday I'll be totally better. Let's hope so. Otherwise, I gotta wait till December. I don't want to wait that long. And I know that they want to get you in because every time they push you out further and further, that's basically less money for them, right? Eventually, you keep doing that, you're gonna have, it's like one appointment less if you did it every single time, right? So I go in every 6 months, just like you're supposed to. They just do a quick cleaning for me and check my teeth, and then I'm good for another 6 months. All right, I'm here at Costco. It is 9:34. Well, I wouldn't say I'm early, but I'm within the executive membership entrance times. Let's see if anyone took my spot. Somebody took my spot. What is the deal here? I guess I got to get earlier and earlier now. Look, they took up all the other spots. Nope, there's still a spot across from my other spot. So I will take that one. By the way, my handicap placard has come up for renewal. And so the state of Illinois sent me a thing for the renewal. So I got to send that to the doctor. The doctor will sign it, mail it off. And then I'll be good for another who knows how many years these permanent handicap things are good for. I told the doctor the last time I was in, I said, that thing's going to come up by this January. He goes, yeah, that's no big deal. He says, just leave it with the front desk, and then I'll sign it, and we'll mail it off. So, all right, that's all I got for you guys for today. Hopefully you guys are well, too. I'll talk to you next time. Hit the like and subscribe button.